Well, the big four banks have a reputation for stopping at nothing to get their hands on your money, but research by Choice reveals that they may be just as likely to give some back if only you'd ask.
OK,
Simple.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Survey by the Consumer Group found that when members requested their bank cut transaction fees or interest rates, the banks were often happy to comply. There you go. We took to the streets to find out whether this surprised you and what you'd hit your institution up for.
I'm surprised to hear that, and yes, now that I've heard that, I will go out and ask for a better deal.
I actually did it recently myself, and I did get a better deal.
Yeah, it does surprise me because the fees are astronomical. I walk into my bank today and ask for a better deal. Waive the monthly fee. That's a big thing for me.
I'd definitely give it a go, but had I not known, then you wouldn't know to ask. I'd ask for the discount on the transaction rate.
So it's about time some competition came in there and they started doing the right thing. Don't hit me up with a charge every time I'm a little bit late with something. It's just cruel.
Just before you race down to your bank, have a listen to this. Now, we know you can do it. Money expert Anthony Bell from Bell Partners is in to tell us, exactly how we get around this. Good morning, mate.
Yeah,
nice to see you. What sort of things will banks give you discounts on? Because there's a whole range of products. Are they easier on some than on others?
Yeah, they are. Look, the thing is, banks are in the business like anyone else of selling money. So no different to a retail place that's got too much stock. Banks vary from institution to institution on how they want to get money out there into society and also to make a profit on that. But if we don't ask the question, we often don't find out whether or not we can do a better deal with the banks.
All right, does this mean we're getting a bad deal if we don't ask?
OK, so the thing is, Kyle, is that banks will generally presume that if you've been a long-standing member of the bank or a customer of the bank and you don't ask, that they'll presume that you're naturally happy. So it's surprising enough that a great deal of people who call up and say, hey, I think I can get a better deal than this, the bank manager's going to go, OK, let's have a look at it. And in a lot of instances, such as Choice found out, we actually do get a much better deal out of the bank.
Is there a good way to ask for it? Are our viewers now marching down to their bank after this segment going, I saw on the morning show that Andrew Bell, the Anthony Bell guy, said that I can get a better deal. Well, slamming on the bulletproof glass saying, give me a better deal.
Yeah, well, Luke, one of the reasons that... But no, quite seriously,
how do you go about doing
banks assess risk, Kyle, so they're very quick to, they want as much information as they can. So the best way a consumer can do it is see what their bank has to offer. So you often see things in the paper that says your bank has got special offers on. So make sure you actually ring up and say, I'm in the bank and I want a shot at one of those. Also to check what other banks are offering as well, because one thing a bank hates to do is lose their customers to another bank. But also a bank requires good information. So if your salary's changed and you've gone up or you've actually saved some money, tell the bank you've done that, because that will help in their determination of cutting your interest rates and your bank charges. And the last one too is that a lot of people really love these days looking to a mortgage broker to do all that for them.
Yes.
You don't pay a mortgage broker. What happens is a mortgage broker fundamentally gets paid for by the banks, but he goes and susses what the best deal out there is in town. So he'll go to 20 banks and find out what the cheapest amount of money is for the consumer.
OK, the survey talks about these big four. What about small institutions like credit unions, etc.?
Yeah, credit unions often lead the way, Kyle. So they often get out there and they tell everyone loud and proud that can we get a start on, lower interest rates, and then the big ones often follow down to them. But, the small guys have little fees. They're credit unions, so they're community-based organisations, and you can often find a cheap deal there.
Okay. Are we a bit cranky that they didn't do us a good deal in the first place? Why do we have to go and ask? If they're saying we're going to give you the best rate anyway, why do we have to go back and ask for a better rate?
Yeah, it's like as a customer and you're there for a long time, they think, right, Larry is locked in and he's staying with the bank for a long period of time. And so if that's the case, then the big thing to keep in mind is that they're not going to try and do you a better deal if they think you're a happy customer. But by asking the question, you'll often win.
Just very quickly, we've got a last graphic here to look at how much we can save if we're brave to ask the question.
Yeah, this is really... So, if 25 basis points, it's about $70 per month. So 25 basis points is 0.25%.
Yeah, it should be 0.25 of a discount, not 25%. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, put a point in there.
That's $7,000 a month.
But keep in the back of our minds too that sometimes you can negotiate up to a whole percent. So that is savings, up around $300 a month on the average mortgage, which is worth asking for.
Okay.
All right, good
Thanks,
stuff.
Anthony. Some good advice.
Okay, great.
Thank you, mate. Good to see you.